What up, y'all? I'm Rajay.
And I'm Shy, and welcome to the RXS podcast.
The podcast where we provide inspiration, motivation, and information to the music community. Gang.
So, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about being a musician in the military.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yes.
We got a very special guest in here to talk to us about their life as a musician, as a producer, and as a person who served in the Air Force.
Yeah.
So I think y'all are going to enjoy it. So y'all sit back, watch, or listen, depending on what's going on. If you're on YouTube and you have not subscribed, please subscribe.
Come on.
If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please get them ratings going, get them comments going, get them stuff. Whatever they be telling y'all to do it, man. Make us look good. If you enjoy it,
show a little
show some sign. Huh?
Hey, man.
So, y'all, we're going to go to the military on y'all real quick. Enjoy. Peace. What's good, y'all? I got my brother Anthony Roberts in the building.
What's up?
I call him Ant. The world calls him Ant. Everybody call you Ant?
Everybody call
What
me
they call you in
Ant.
the Air Force? You in the Air Force, right?
Yeah.
What they call you?
Sergeant Roberts.
Let's go! Sarge.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm gonna do what we always do. Take me from the beginning.
Okay.
Where were you born?
Hampton, Virginia. Hampton General.
Okay.
1984, October 8th.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What
Proud
was
of
it?
my age now.
Hey, you weren't proud of it before?
Nah, I
You
felt
getting
like I
too
was
old.
getting old, but yeah. It's
Hey,
a
what
blessing to
made
get
you
old.
proud of it now?
It's a blessing to get old, man. You seeing people die every day.
That's young, right?
Yeah, man.
Sheesh.
I done deployed 11 times, seen a lot of people not come back with me too. So, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to be old.
So we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Because that's important. So let's start. Hampton, you grew up, was it music around you from the jump?
From the jump, my mom played keys, drums. My dad obviously played bass, keys, try to play drums, but God rest his soul.
Yeah.
But he played guitar and he sang. So
Yeah.
So it was always around me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you getting into being a musician in the beginning, or at first it was just around you?
Yeah, it was just around me because
Okay.
I was into sports.
Oh,
Yeah. Like, I
what
was
sports?
Basketball and football. That was it for me. But and video games back then.
What video games you was playing?
Nintendo. Sega Genesis, man, before y'all got all these new joints out here. And I went outside and played. Man, these new kids don't go outside. I still made it outside to go play.
Hey, a week.
Yeah, man, got to.
So how old were you when you started playing sports?
About 5. Same time I started playing drums, but I just didn't take drums serious.
Oh, so you chose sports over the drums at first.
Yeah, because I was better. And then when I got better at the drums over the sports, I just went towards the drums.
So how old were you when the transition happened back to
the drums?
Yeah.
That was like 7, 8. I think, yeah, it was 8.
So in 3 years, so you playing basketball at 5.
Basketball and football. Everybody in Virginia do that.
So then, so then you get 3 years, you go
Yeah.
and then you're like, hold on, I'm better at drums though. So
Yeah.
you're like, I'm gonna play these drums.
My attention, the more attention came from playing drums. They was
Oh, you getting clout.
like, yeah, I was getting clout from playing drums. They was like, who that little kid on the drums and big cymbals reaching all the way up here doing all this? Yeah. That's why the attention, I was like, oh, I might be doing this. I might need to do this. Yeah, so I stuck with that.
Yeah, so like, were you playing at church or anything like that?
I played, with my dad and my mom at our home church, and then I think the first Johnny Malone. Anybody from Tidewater, Virginia, they know who Johnny Malone is.
Yeah.
Johnny Malone took this little kid around with him to like the jazz clubs.
You're in the
like,
jazz clubs, Ant?
I don't know how. I'm gonna say it again. Johnny Malone. For anybody who watched this, know who Johnny Malone is.
Yeah.
He got me into whatever. I don't know. And then he started me with the group, the Gospel Sensations.
Okay.
In Virginia, and that was my first introduction to performing on drums.
How old were you then?
Probably about 8.
Jesus.
9. Yeah, 8, 9.
You're going to jazz clubs at 8 years.
It was crazy.
How is he getting you in there?
I don't know. He was giving me them little $20. I thought I was.
Oh, so you getting paid too?
I was getting a little $10, $20. I thought I was doing something, bro.
You're 8 years old in jazz clubs getting paid.
Hey,
you're a professional early.
Let me say this one more time. Johnny Malone. Look.
Shout out Johnny, because he pulling miracles.
Listen, it ain't the same no more. You can't pull this stuff off nowadays. Let me say that right now.
Yo, so did you enjoy
all jokes
that
aside though, Johnny Malone was like literally a big part of.
Yeah.
For real.
How did you meet him?
My mom.
Okay.
My mom knew everybody.
Okay.
You know, she played keyboard. So.
Yeah.
And then my dad. Everybody knew my dad.
Shout
too,
out his
so.
dad, Robert Holland. Gang.
Yes, sir.
The OG.
God rest his soul. Yeah.
We're going to talk about that. We got to talk about all of it.
Oh, yeah.
So you, 8 years old, you choose drums over sports. You get with Malone. Y'all start doing the clubs. Then you start playing with the gospel group.
Yeah, Gospel Sensation.
That's quartet?
I keep saying I said the jazz club because it happened a couple times, but the main start was the Gospel Sensation.
Yeah.
But he did take me in a few of them to test my you know.
So how was the did you like playing for the group?
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it, man. Somebody sent me a picture of me in the group with the ladies, and they just did like a concert of actually Reggie Housey just produced the joint, and they was on the show. Yeah, and they still singing to this day, and they still amazing. But dang. Yeah, man, they was the first one. They used to take me around town, and people would be like, "Who's this little kid swinging at the drums?"
Yeah, that's fire, bro. Yep. So then, what came next? Like, how long did you do that first?
I did that for about 4 or 5 years, and then.
So we 13.
Yeah, we about 12, 13, and I went with the Gospel Harmonists.
Okay.
Revival. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No.
A lot of people are familiar with the Gospel Harmonists, though.
They were dope then.
Yeah.
How did you get on with them?
None. I mean, they just asked, "Can we take him? Can he play drums for us?"
So wait, I was about to. That's where I was.
Yeah.
So Pops is cool with this.
Yeah. They asked nobody had it. I was 13. They couldn't ask me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They asked moms and dads, "Hey, can he come and play with us?" Yep. So I didn't have the typical weekends, you know, like a typical kid just go out and play and do it. I was going out. Oh, we got a show Sunday. We got a show Saturday. So I didn't really have that, you know, but I loved it back then. I thought it was normal. But when I look at it now, I'm like,
it's not normal. Yo, I used to think, my wife had to tell me like, "Babe, wait. Your life is not normal."
Yeah, because
I be having I be thinking certain things. I be feeling like people should be moving certain ways, and she like, no. You come from an elite class where you are a professional musician before you know how to drive a car.
Even knew it. Yep.
It's like, that's different.
Yeah.
And you have to acknowledge that that's different. So you doing your thing. How long did you play with that group?
Man, I played with them till I left. Till I went to the military.
Okay, good. This is good because I got to talk about the military.
My first big record, first major record playing on was with Air Records. Timothy Moore produced it. The Gospel Harmonists. They signed to Air Records, and my first time in the studio.
What was that experience like when you walked in there? Were you like tripping?
Fascinated. Because it's like it was back then. It was like one of them old school joints where it's like all the equipment in one room.
Yeah,
keyboard player over there, but it was one of them big studios. Yeah. Right? So I was like, oh, and I had that high pitched snare, that piccolo. Everybody heard that album. They heard my snare on there. Boy,
did you have to play with a metronome?
Nah.
Oh, go for what you know.
Yeah, it was straight up. No click tracks back then. We ain't do no clicks. We ain't do none of that. We just straight up played.
So everybody play? Did y'all cut vocals and everything at the same time? Or was it just music and stuff?
I think it was just music. I can't remember, so long ago, but I think we did just music. We did all the music together. I know that for a fact. Yeah, we was all in the room together. But I think the vocals went in back behind us. But the music, I know for sure,
was all cut at one time.
No track, no nothing.
Jeez.
Yep. Yeah.
And so after you did that, how old were you when they cut that record?
Probably about, I want to say 15 and 16. Because I think 15 and 16 is when we did that. Because I left like a couple years after that.
That's what I'm about to ask you. What happened where you went to the military?
I was a knucklehead. And I had, so at that time, I'm quartet to the heart. And, my dad is out here. So I'm like, oh, I'm good. All I got to do is graduate. I got a straight shot to one of these major quartet groups because my dad is in there. He got his hand in everything. So my mom's won't have it. She was not having it. So she got me out of there. She said,
so by won't having it, what do you mean?
She wanted, like I say this to anybody. This is the best decision my mother ever made for me. You know what I mean? She walked me to the recruiter and said, I want him to go in the Air Force. Whatever he do after them 4 years is on him. But right now, I don't want him to get tied into just thinking this is it. Wow. And that's what she did.
You're looking at your pops, you're looking at the quartet world, and you think that's your future.
Because you gotta understand, bro. I didn't want for nothing. My dad, if I asked my dad for something, we got it. Yeah. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
Oh, has to say. Like, I didn't want for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be good.
Because he's shown you that this is a viable career path. I understand your frame of mind. But your mom, I know the ins and outs of it all.
She's an adult. Yeah, she know it all.
So she like, adult, nah, you ain't finna do that. So before we go in the military, what are you doing that would classify you as a knucklehead?
I was just getting in trouble. I actually got suspended the week of graduation.
For what, Aunt?
Hey, my homeboy Lenny, he probably, if he watched this, he gonna laugh because, first of all, I was in somebody's class that I wasn't supposed to be in. So I'm skipping my class to go to somebody else's class, and then the teacher is like, "You need to get out of here," and I'm like, "I get out when I want," and push the teacher.
That sounds like Aunt. I'm not even gonna lie. That sounds about right. You did what? Wait.
I pushed the teacher, and I didn't even think nothing too serious of it. I pushed the teacher. And I left and went back to my class thinking nothing happened, right? So I get home, and just so happened my dad is home. God rest his soul, my dad is home at that time. Like, he ain't going on the road. Or, I guess I don't know why, but he was home. So I get home, he's just laughing. What you laughing for? Boy, you in trouble. Because my dad was that was my man.
Yeah, it was your mom that was getting
my mom. But at this age, like when I got older, it was more my mom than my dad. When I was younger, my dad was on my tail, you know what I'm saying? But my dad was still strict, but he understood growing up. So my mom, she was on me, but he was laughing when I walked in that house. He said, boy, that principal just called and you done. I said, what? What you talking about? You done pushed the teacher, stupid? I said, man, I ain't pushed that.
You gonna lie to me?
You ain't gotta lie to me. That's exactly. My dad was a realist. He said, you know my dad.
Yes.
He said, you ain't gotta lie to me. Your mama you need worried about because they said you can't come back to school.
You sound just like him.
Yeah. So that joke, man, I was scared crazy. But luckily my teachers, they liked me. Well, my principal, she liked me. And as I stated before, my mother had what's it called? Is when you enlist before you going in. I forgot what the name of it is, but I enlisted before I even graduated.
Wow.
Yeah, so my principal knew that, and she was real. She had a good heart for me. I wasn't a bad kid. I was just got in a stupid little trouble.
Yeah.
So she loved me. So she was like, well, he could come after school and take his exams.
Wow.
And he'll still graduate.
The favor of God was on your life.
So my mom was like, oh, you definitely gone.
So when you had to enlist, did you have a chip on your shoulder when you had to enlist? Or you was cool? Or you didn't know what you was doing?
I didn't take it serious. Honestly, I was like, man, she ain't gonna let me leave. I really was like, I don't think she gonna let me go. She won't plan.
So she take you over to the recruiter's office.
Yep.
And were you like, yo, mom, nah, man.
Yeah, man. I still remember my recruiter. It was Master Sergeant Spruill. He was like, hey, you sure you ready for this? I said, man, whatever. I'm good. But she wasn't playing.
So you enlisted, and then what's next?
She has to sign. So she signed for me.
Okay.
Because I was 17.
Yeah.
I wasn't even 18 yet. And she signed. And then I just went through the rest of the school year. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then that week happened. I got suspended. And
did you graduate?
Yeah, I graduated.
Did you walk?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Yeah. Big ups to my principals, Dr. Kilgore.
Yes, they looked out for you.
But she let me walk with my class and everything. And then the next week I was gone.
What did you
I didn't
go
even
first?
get a week. I didn't even.
Your mama
she
said, "Look
not,
here, son."
She gone.
So where did you have to go first?
San Antonio, Texas.
Whoa.
Yeah, I remember, man. What's funny is this is the first time I ever seen my dad cry. Wow. And you know my dad. You know he don't play. Like he a tough one. This is the first time I ever seen him cry. He literally walked away, came back as I was putting my stuff on the little van to go to the MEPS station and leave. And he was through.
Gosh, man, I can see him in my mind.
Yeah, he was tore up. My dad got more emotional as he got older, but at that age he was a rock. Like, you couldn't get him to cry, but he broke down that day. I said, and that broke me down. And then I see my little brother crying. And I was like, oh no. Man. I cried the whole way to Richmond.
So you had to go to Richmond and get on a plane?
Yeah, from Richmond we went to San Antonio. Like,
what was basic training like, dog?
Man, that joint was like a culture shock. Because I used to laugh at everything.
So they finna get you?
I'm like, so my dad
like
always told me. Yeah, pretty much. My dad was always telling me, boy, you shouldn't be scared of no man. As soon as I get off the bus, these men are yelling in my face, and it's like, man, get out of my face. Like, you know, you don't take it serious, but they are in your face, like yelling and screaming, and it's like, well, knowing my attitude back then.
Which is why
I either had to laugh.
But that's why your mama put you in there, dog, because she knew your temper. She like, I'm finna straighten this guy up. He going out here. So when they first yelled in your face the first time,
I laughed. No lie, I had the biggest chuckle.
Yo, I know they was tight
and
with
I
you.
was like, and I was laughing in their face, and they went crazy on me. Like, they didn't physically do anything, but they push-ups or whatever. You think you gonna? Or they'll make the rest of the team pay because of what I'm doing.
Oh, then they really got you. So
how
how long did you go before you like, all right, I'm locked in? I understand.
Nah, 2 days. Yeah, they won't.
48 clean hours.
Oh, nah, I'm telling you right now, if you ain't cut, it's that joint different. I'm tell you right now. That's it, but it plays a part in being a musician as well for me. Like, because that discipline you get from the military is different. From playing sports, military, anything, it's gonna teach you something different.
So you use things from the military in your music?
Absolutely.
What's one of those things?
Humility.
God, dog, that's a good one.
Being able to take a step back and being able to, a lot of people don't understand that, like, being able to just be like, you got this one. This you. Yeah. And just shut up. Yeah. That's a big part. Because don't get me wrong, every good musician has a bit of arrogance and cockiness. Yeah. We all do. Yeah. But you gotta know when to turn that off and turn it on, So that's one of the biggest things. Yeah. And my professionalism comes from the military, honestly.
Cause there's a whole level of, like you said, discipline, like structure, like y'all whole day is accounted for, right?
All day. And now I'm been in it so long, so I'm at a different position, so I'm counting for them now.
So now, are you yelling in people's faces now?
Nah, I don't do that, man. That ain't my style. I don't have to yell.
But you could if you wanted to.
Yeah, but I don't have to yell. That ain't my
So
thing.
you go through,
You ain't never seen me yelling nobody.
I know I haven't. I've never. But I got to go through the whole thing because this is good. So you go through basic training. How long did that last?
6 weeks back then. It was 6 weeks.
And then what was after basic training?
Tech school. Well, we had to go to school. It's still in Texas, but we had to go to school and learn the job that you signed up for.
What job did you sign up for?
I didn't sign up for a job. They signed me up.
What they signed you up for?
Because I signed up. I thought it was. Again, I was dumb back then, so I just signed up. And that name was delayed enlistment. That's
okay.
What that name was,
yeah.
But I forget what it. So it's like just an umbrella. They could pick from you. I forget the name of it, man. I'm having a brain fart right now.
Yeah, it's all good.
But that's what I went in under. and they picked my job for me. And so I ended up going. The day I got my job, it said aircrew flight equipment. It said aircrew life support. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about to be medical. I'm good. Nope. Nah, it killed me. I was like, dang, boy. But I love my job to this day, though.
Yo, so you have the same job as then?
Yeah.
Whoa. So you're godly. I got to slow down. Okay. Because this is very interesting.
Yeah.
So they choose your job. What is your job?
So I'm going to clear that up. They don't choose your job if you choose your job. But if you come in and you don't know what you want to do.
Because you did not know.
Yeah.
You just was going to pick the whole umbrella.
Yeah, I just went in under that umbrella and they picked they sent me this. I was like, well, I'm lucky I didn't get security forces. I'm just saying, but.
So what's your job description of the job they chose?
So aircrew life support, the name has changed now. It's different. So, but back then, it's not medical. But what
Clearly
you do,
you found that out, buddy.
Yeah, what you do is but it's still a cool job. All the air crew, all the pilots, all that stuff that you see in the movies, the guys that fly the planes and all that, they can't fly the plane without us. Wow. Helmets, masks, harness, parachutes, life for service, all that stuff. We pack it, we inspect it, we make sure it's good for them. So all that stuff in Top Gun that you guys are seeing out there, that's what I do. All that stuff that's on the pilot, that's what I do. They can't do it without us. And then there's different facets to our job. So we got special forces side, which I am now. We got guys that are not pilots, but are on the ground, shoot them up, bang, bang.
Yeah.
We do parachutes and stuff for them. You know what I'm saying? So, and that part of it, we're called riggers. Yeah. So I'm a rigger. I sew, do all type of stuff.
Well, bro, let me tell you what I just thought about. When you tell me about like when you were just describing like they can't do what they do without y'all. Mm-hmm. Like, so the helmets and all of that. Y'all prepare it and make sure it's safe and all that is what y'all do.
So let's say a parachute. We have to open the parachute, inspect the whole parachute. Parachute probably looks like that, right? We have to open it, inspect every panel of that parachute, and repack it into the chute that they wear that pops when they have to use it. That's just one fact. That's one part of it.
But bro, the responsibility is crazy. Like, cause you're the one that says this is safe.
Yeah, absolutely. For them to go to the plane and they can't fly the plane without a mask, especially a jet like an F-16. Yeah, they can't get in the F-16 without a oxygen mask or oxygen.
And y'all inspect all that stuff.
All that, everything.
But I'm gonna tell you what it makes me think about. It helps me to understand why you are a good producer, and this is the point I'm making. Like, to hear your job there, it makes me understand like how you, because when, like I said, when I listen to In the House, Maurice Yancey, y'all go listen to that right now.
Yeah,
when
definitely.
When I listen to that, I hear the detail, right? Like, I hear that it's meticulous. I hear that it's thought out. And to be that type of producer would have to mean that you're that type of person. Yeah. So to hear you talk about the military, I know from this minute to this minute, everything is accounted for. There's something to do every day. And then you tell me about your job, like, and what it requires to do your job. And I'm like, that's why he's so good at producing, man. So have you thought about the fact that you process the information the same in music that you do in the military?
Well, that's a big part of why I say I take a lot from the military into doing what I try to, I'm still learning this production stuff, man. And trying to be, but I do take a lot of the stuff that's embedded in me from the military. Yes. And to this music stuff. And so that's why I say that's the best decision my mother ever made for me.
She to go. Moms. What's your mom's name?
Cynthia Holland.
Cynthia Holland, you to go.
Cynthia Ann Holland.
Cynthia Ann Holland, you to go. You changed my man's life. Yep. So you said humility was one thing. Tell me another thing that the military taught you that you use in music.
Well, you just said it. Attention to detail. Yes. It's funny because me and Yancey just argued for a week.
Shout out Maurice Yancey.
Shout out to my boy, my brother.
Hey, so what y'all was arguing about, man?
Just this part in the song that,
what was your position and what was his position? How did you feel about the part? How did he feel about
That's my brother. I just want people to know that's my brother. Yeah. So we gonna argue.
Yes.
But and he know me better than most. So
yeah. What up, y'all? I'm Rajay, and I want to say first, thank y'all for the support, thank y'all for the love, and thank y'all for watching and listening to this podcast. We really don't take it for granted. Hey, if y'all want to continue to support us by spending y'all money, I got a way for y'all to do that. Y'all go to rajxshaw.com and pick up that Make It Happen hoodie today. Life be crazy, but we still got to do what? Make it happen, gang.
If the line can have one squiggle, and if I could get it straight, I want it straight. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And he understands
that is
what
the
I'm
military.
saying. That is, yeah.
Yeah, because you like, y'all folding clothes a certain way and everything, ain't
yep,
y'all?
Absolutely.
So daggone right.
Some people in the military just got crazy OCD, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yo, that's hilarious.
But nah, it's a good thing though, because I mean, every person that do music, I mean, like, I'm gonna shout out Ray Braswell.
Shout out Ray gang.
Ray Braswell is OCD. I love him to death, but when it comes to production, he is meticulous.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, I love him for it because he taught me so much.
That's exactly how I learned too.
Yeah, like you gotta cross every T and dot every I, or that record ain't nothing. I can't, let me watch my.
But he would say another. Right, he wouldn't say nothing at all.
Yeah,
but yeah,
so yeah, he's a big part of. He's a big part of why. So it just enhances the military, enhances everything. And another thing I would say is professionalism, man, because being accountable, like you got to be accountable. Like we're held accountable in the military. So I feel like in the music world should be the same thing.
Yes.
I mean, you getting paid to do a job, do the job.
Yes.
And I just think, I don't know if I'm moving too fast, but I really have had these conversations with some musicians.
Good.
Because some,
talk about it.
We had it was some back in a while ago. I had to prove myself.
Okay.
Because I was in the military.
Yeah.
And I probably didn't seem like I went as hard as the guys that weren't in the military or didn't. This is what they did.
This is what they did.
And big respect to the guys that did it. I just didn't have the heart to, like, I was not the heart for music, but the heart. Like, I was scared.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So I tell every guy that I know personally that just said, this is it. This is what I'm doing. Ain't no plan B. I got big respect for y'all.
Yeah, that's good. And
big respect because
yeah,
I didn't have the heart to do it. Especially when I had my kid. Once I had my daughter, and then so big. But we used to have conversations on those long rides down the Mississippi.
And they like, you ain't about it,
man. You ain't doing it like we doing it. Like,
that sounds right.
So, like, what you mean? Like, I'm on the same van with y'all. What you talking about? I'm in rehearsal with y'all at night, and I'm the one getting up in the morning. And you know what I'm saying? But
hey, which is a good segue.
Yeah.
How in the world do you balance both, bro?
I don't know. I'm paying for it now as I get older, though. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
So, like, when you first, okay, so let's go back again.
I done some crazy stuff. Like,
of course,
when I look back, I'm like,
and that's what I be looking. Like, let me tell you, like, I be looking at you and I'm like, I don't even know how.
Yeah.
That man just produced a whole album, and I know he ain't in this country.
Yeah, bro, that jump. I was deployed, the whole deployment, and I did that. Yeah,
that's crazy. Man. So first of all, loving music,
that's
being in the
the
military.
number one. That's the love. It's the love that made me do it. Yeah. Any other reason I went and did it.
And what made you decide to say, you know what, I love my job in the military and I love music too. I'm gonna do both. When did you decide that you were gonna go? Because you basically are like, you all in on both, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When did you decide like I'm going all in on both of them?
I was always 1 foot in music, even when I came in. But at the basic, I got to South Carolina, and shout out again, my boy Dave Jeter, my OG.
Shout out Dave.
I was just like 1 foot in music, and I was heavy on quartet, so it was like, man, I don't care about nothing else. And he put me in a room in his studio at the time. He was like, man, I heard you dope. Go get on the kit. And I came out. And Dave looked me in my eyes and said, boy, you suck. No lie. And that moment, he was like, took me under his wing, man. He just refocused my mind musically. Like, you know, so he just put me on the stuff that I didn't even know was I didn't even know there was a Ty Tribbett
Ant
in the world in 2003. I did not. And like I was so focused on Quartet.
Yes.
And he shocked me. He like just put a post at me. Like he just hit me hard. And it just changed my mind though.
Yeah.
It changed everything. And so from the time I was 17 and a half, about to turn 18, and I was with him until I was 21. Yeah, that's before I left. But still to this day, that's my big brother. Like,
how did you? So you in the military in South Carolina, and you happened to meet Dave.
Yep.
How?
Through my dad. Like Quartet guys in Sumter knew my dad.
He the OG.
At that time, my dad was with the Drifters, I think.
Yes.
And you know, Bill Pinkney, God rest his soul, was like big in Sumter. So
yeah.
I think they were doing something, and I met somebody, and that somebody was like, "You need to meet Dave, man." You know.
Yeah.
And then, so I just did a gig last weekend. We was in South Carolina somewhere last weekend, and Dave just so happened he runs the theater out there. So we did the show at his theater, and he was like, "Man, you was never sorry. I just had to tell you that."
Wow.
To retool you because you was.
That's good, Dave.
Yeah, man.
So
Dave Jeter, y'all check him out. Something to South Carolina's finest.
Amazing.
Yep.
Do you ever find yourself being to younger musicians who and what Dave was to you?
Oh my God. Look. Man, and what's crazy is I take that as the biggest compliment when somebody say to me, "And this is why I respect you." Yeah. Trey Sean Patterson.
Shout out to
I'm
Trey.
sure y'all know who Trey Sean
is.
Shout out to my little bro, man.
Yeah, man.
I stay to myself. Like I really don't. I'm cool with everybody, but I don't just be out in the crowd like that. So I try to stay to myself, and everybody know that. But Trey is one of the people that has a real close bond with me in Fayetteville.
Yeah, okay.
So he can reach out and touch me anytime.
Yeah.
And one thing he always tells me, bro, you've never changed. You've always been straight up, and you're blunt about everything, but you're respectful.
Yeah.
That's the biggest compliment, and that like is what Dave was to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I have another guy, George Freeman.
Yeah.
Super smooth jazz artist right now, going crazy. He's the same as Dave with me.
Yeah.
So it's like they not looking down, but they are always honest. So anything I'm trying to produce or put out, they are gonna be straight up.
They're gonna be like, nah, that's
yeah. So when it comes to like the Trey Sean, the Chris Darden, even Chris Darden, and these guys that are coming up, like I feel old. I don't feel that old, but I gotta realize I'm getting old.
You the OG.
And
now.
Trey is a big piece in reminding me, bro. We look up to you, like you gotta, you know. So it's an honor. I take that as an honor for you to even be looked at like that. So you know, I feel like it's my duty to be honest with him. You know what I mean? I definitely have a good extensive love for those guys. So I
shout out to them because they are like you said earlier. Like there are a lot of incredible musicians from around here, bro.
Yes, it is, and
it's scary. And sometimes all they lack is like somebody who's willing to see them and be like, "You got something. Now let's hone it. Let's cultivate it. Let's mature it." And so you became that to them, what was done for you.
Yeah. That's all I know how to be.
Yeah.
You know, and I wasn't trying to do that.
Yeah.
The thing is, I was just trying to keep up with these guys are way better than me. Like, don't get it twisted right now. Like these guys are way better. But the fact that the respect that they show me is mind blowing sometimes because it's like you guys are way better than me, but they don't look at it.
They look at it
like I looked at Dave or I looked at George. You know what I'm saying?
Because there's a certain level, back to the military, there's a certain level of maturity, there's a certain level of discipline that they see in you, the man.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to be a dope musician, that's cool. But it's another thing to like form yourself into a mature man who does music well.
Yeah.
That's two different things. You can have like an amazing musician that's just dope and he's just like wilding. He's just all over the place, makes terrible decisions, barely shows up to gigs, but when he put the instrument in his hand, he's incredible.
Yep.
And then you have the person that says, no, I want to be a better person. I want to be disciplined more all the way around. Yep. I want to be held accountable in a way that reminds me of what I need to continue to grow in. And I think that's what you've been to them.
I will hope that's what they see, man. But it's still, it's still.
And you are very humble.
Yeah,
but that's good. Give it up. Hey, y'all clap. If y'all listening to this or watching this, y'all, and everybody in the room clap. And he's humble. He's humble. So I want to ask. I do want to ask you this though. Hold on. My text want me to fix my mic. Hold on. All right, this is right. Word. All right, so I'm gonna ask you this because I think this is important. So you're doing the military thing. You're playing drums and playing bass. I
was actually in a military band.
What? We have to talk about the military band, dog. What were they called?
We got this thing called Tops and Blues.
Oh, so that's cool.
So it's actually like being on tour.
Let's go.
But
how did you get in the band?
It's super boring. I mean, no. Hey, look, let me take that back.
He meant it. He just
super
said
amazing.
he blunt.
You know what I mean?
Y'all just heard he was blunt.
You know how at that age, we just want to do so much other stuff on our instrument.
Yeah, you want to blaze. You want to
share. I didn't understand what that was. You have to read. They put a piece of sheet music in front of you, and you playing what's on that sheet, and that's it.
So how old were you when you got in the military band?
19.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So my first 2 years, and then my supervisor was like, "Man, you should try out for this," and send in a video. And it was like, yeah, come on, we could use him on drums. But when I got there, I'm thinking I'm about to be.
You thought you finna chop away? No, nope. You're not, buddy. You're gonna look at this chart.
Electronic drum set.
That sucks. Electric kit. Man, let me tell you something.
Kit.
Hey, listen, I tell Tank right now. Tank just said, "Hey, man, let me tell you this story. I'm gonna tell y'all this story." So there was this time when the V drums had just came out, right? So we all at the church with Tank. Everything cool. He see these V drums. He think he want to get some. I was like, I'm listening. You go to Guitar Center, you can test them out. I'm like, I don't know. Mind you, we got him. He always in the middle. We got main keys, aux keys, organ, guitar, bass, flute, trumpet, trombone. Yes.
Where is this
at Glory Baptist in Wilson.
Wow.
Right. So you got all these people. Yeah. We on the stage. So like. He the heartbeat. He gonna go. First of all, his daddy actually went and bought the drums. I said, man, we is in trouble. But I'm like, okay, he hype. We're gonna let him set them up. He set them drums up, and mind you, it ain't but two little monitors on the stage. You know where I'm going with this.
I can't feel nothing.
Man, I'm like, hey, so the first Sunday, I'm like, because we can't hear nothing out the monitors because his kick drum like bass. I'm like, this is terrible. That second week.
Or it's distorted.
Yes. Yes. The second week, I'm like, yo, fellas, who gonna tell Tank to take them drums home? He need to get them things out of here. Bro, so you playing electric kit with the band. Did you have like the little amp?
Yeah, I had the little amp on the side, man. No headphones. Terrible, man. I know that was a good experience though, because we literally went to every base in the
So y'all were literally on a military tour.
Yeah, all year, and that's all I did for a year.
So okay, so I'm glad you're on here because you're the first person I talk to that does music and in the military. So now I got to talk a lot about the military.
Let me ask this before we.
Okay.
I don't know if they do this, but can I take a bathroom break?
Yes.
All right.
Bathroom break. We'll be right back. All right, we back. We back.
Brack, baby.
We back. So I want to ask you, like, after talking about the band and stuff, like, I've never really talked to anybody that's in the military and does music. So I've never had anybody to talk to about military questions. So I'm about to ask you a whole bunch of military questions based on what you said so far.
I'm proud of it.
Yo.
Let's do it.
It's like a whole culture lifestyle within a lifestyle. Like, it seems like it's its own sustained bubble, like, where you still have a life, like, low-key.
Yeah.
Is that true?
It is. I mean, I can only speak Air Force.
Okay.
So the Air Force, people get it twisted like we can't have a life. So for a long time, a lot of people didn't even know I was in the military because I leave work, I leave base, and go home. That's it. I don't, so you can go in the military and be in the military and have a life, man. It's not like
you made it very clear.
You don't have to be this person, that like I don't know what the world puts out there, but it's some movie stuff that makes it like you gotta be high and tight cut and bald headed and all. I'm bald headed, but it's by hereditary. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you can have a life. It's like a normal job. Only thing that makes us unnormal is when we gotta go do what we gotta do.
So when when y'all are home per se, that it would be considered home when you're not deployed, right? Yeah. So when y'all are home, y'all have to go to y'all are assigned to certain bases, and that has to become your home for however long. Is that how it works? Yep. So is that how you got to Fayetteville?
So Fayetteville, I got stationed here in 08, 09. I was coming from Japan. Got stationed here in like 08, 09, and I just found my way. Yeah, pretty much. I got stationed here. Yeah. And then got tied in musically in Fayetteville, and it was just like, oh, this is... okay, I don't want to leave, you know what I mean? Because so I kept finding reasons to either get back to North Carolina or stay in North Carolina.
So you finessed your way back to North Carolina multiple times. Don't answer. Okay. Good job. So listen. So wait. So the first time, 09, they stationed you. What's the Air Force base?
It was Pope Air Force Base at the time.
So you at Pope. So like when you get off work, what time you getting off?
About 4:30.
Ooh, that is a regular job. Yeah. So then at night you like going to the open mics, going to the bars, chilling, mingling. What up, y'all? Yep. I'm here from Virginia. Yada yada. I play. Yada yada yada.
And I met the first guys I met was my man Morrell Glenn. Okay. My man Brandon Jones. Yeah. Black. Yeah. As they know him out there. And then my man Nick Deaver. Okay. Play bass. These are like the first guys I'm meeting. And I met Vaughn Demetrius and Des Humphrey, George Freeman. Yeah. And these are the people I met doing that. And then these guys put me on like throughout the city because they were already, we're all around the same age. So Des and Vaughn are like older, but musician-wise, we were all the same age. And they were already doing the local, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So I just went around, put my face in the buildings, and man, I'm just the type of cat. I feel like if you be humble and don't come out there with your chest stuck out, and I feel like people have no reason to not want to. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like interact with you. Yeah. So I interacted with all these people easy. This was in 08. Yeah. So you gotta think I'm still cool with all these people to this day.
Yeah. And so what do you think the key is to maintaining healthy relationships?
I just think you gotta be solid, man. Like, I mean, but everybody can't be solid.
So what's your definition of solid?
I'm gonna just describe myself because I don't know.
There you go.
You can't be a messy one.
Yeah, man.
You can't be in everybody's business.
Come on.
You gotta stay in your own lane.
Yes, sir.
And that's pretty much it for real. Like, you guys I don't know, man. It's hard to put it into words.
No, those are great words because there are some people who are messy.
Yeah, super messy.
There are some people who be in everybody's business. Yeah. And it's like they're not reliable. And it's for it's for the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. As if you have more friends if you're messy. Like the mentality that, you know what I'm trying? It's like, no. Like the philosophy.
Man, look, I'm glad you said that because real talk, and I didn't even know how this was going to go. I was like, I don't know what he going to ask. Yeah. But, bro, that is, man, I swear to God, I see so much where it's like so much you can say. But the type of person that I am, I'm not going to say anything. But it's like, why would you do that? Gosh. You look at some stuff and be like, bro, I ain't, bruh or female, why would you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't even got nothing to do with you.
Shit.
It's so much stuff that I just see and I'm just like, okay, but I don't understand why you would. That's weird, but okay, cool. I guess that's what you think is gonna make.
And that's cool. The thing. I've been on this kick lately where like I be seeing stuff like that, and number one, you never know the real reasons why people act like that. Mm-hmm. So you try to be cautious to not just be like, yo, what you on? Yeah. But at the same time, when you see people like that, boy, you know to run. Like go the other way, like
absolutely
get out of there.
Yeah,
because it can create a even in what we do in music. Because it's like it's some musicians and producers like that too.
Yeah, I ain't.
Y'all know how we are. We love and respect everybody. So I don't say no names. Yeah. I don't cause no drama. But I do know, to your point of being solid, man, you have to get to a place where you're confident in who you are.
Yep.
You believe in who you are. You find your purpose. You find your lane, and you operate in it. And you connect with people who you can learn from, who they can learn from you. You build relationships with people that you can grow with.
Man, you good
without
the
drama
thing, man.
Thank you, bro.
Because you just put everything I was trying to say in. You articulate.
Hey, facts though. But the reality is that's real, and like that's what I be moving around and I be seeing like, man, I don't think people mean no harm when they messy. For real. But I think their approach to being accepted comes from like toxic behavior. Yeah. Like, okay, I'm sorry, y'all. That might have been my daughter. You gonna check on her? That's all right. Y'all, this is the best podcast ever. Bathroom breaks.
Yes, sir.
Compliments.
Yep.
Stuff falling. This real life. This real. We out here. My wife going to see about it. She was just in the camera. What outside. I was saying, because what I was saying was important. Oh yeah. I don't think they mean to be messy, but it's like the philosophy is like, okay, if I want to be cool with these two people, I really hold up. They might have told something. And we're gonna keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling. Raw.
Y'all all right? Good God, and it sound like Jeepers Creepers door. There's a lot going on in here, guys. But we committed.
Raw and uncut.
Hey, man, you straight. All right, so yeah, I don't. Again, this is like the third time, but I'm gonna get it out this time. I don't think people mean to be messy, but I think like I'll use an example of. I'll use women for an example. We have women in here. Sorry, guys. No offense to y'all. This is just an example. Like if a girl wants to be cool with two girls, but they have differences of opinion about each other. You have the one girl, then you have the two girls. So what this girl is thinking is, I want to be cool with both of them. So whatever conversation is necessary to be cool with this one, that's the conversation I'm going to have. Whatever conversation is necessary for me to be cool with this one, that's the conversation I'm going to have.
Yeah.
Even if it means...
But you got men like that too, so don't lead them out.
Facts.
I'm going to keep it real with you.
But the objective is, I want everybody to like me. But why don't you just be a good person and let who God wants drawn to you be drawn to you?
Absolutely.
Like the extra mile for people to like you at the expense of the relationships within itself.
It's not worth it.
It's crazy.
The juice ain't worth the squeeze, man.
It ain't. Hey, yo, when you said that a while ago, I was like, that's clever.
Yeah, it ain't.
It's like all this squeezing.
And it just look, and when you think about it, it's like, when somebody just look at it, it's like the people that
come up, man, in Jesus'
the
name.
people that like the solid ones, as I say, when they look at it, it's just like, why, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, man? Like,
yes. Okay. Now let's go here.
Because it don't have to be done.
But I'm about to ask you something crazy. I don't know if you've experienced it, but I hope you have.
Yeah.
What do you do if this has ever happened to you? What do you do when you being solid is a problem? Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
How did you handle that?
Well, I'm straightforward and blunt.
Yeah.
Everybody can't take that. So
look at my wife.
I honestly don't.
My wife is a solid person, guys, so she's gonna agree with what Ant's saying. She be like, So
yeah, that's my honestly. Anybody that know me, they know that's my
Yeah.
If I'm wrong though, I'll tell you. I will apologize. I will be more than.
Yeah.
I'm always open to if I'm wrong to come and admit that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But if I gotta be honest with you and be blunt, then and you can't take that, I can't help that.
Has that ever caused you to be in a place of isolation?
Thank God, no.
Whoa, let's talk. Why
Yeah,
not,
like,
man?
seriously,
You got lucky?
I guess. Or it's just the people I put myself around.
Ooh.
Or because I don't allow myself to be.
Talk.
I don't put myself in a situation where, and a part of this comes from being in the military.
Yes.
We're taught to know your surroundings and know what you're getting yourself into, right?
Yes.
So, I don't allow myself to get in a, don't get me wrong. I get around the people and we laugh and joke. I'm never going to be that guy that you can't come laugh.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to put myself in situations where I know it's going to look
So,
crazy
this is
or-
good.
or
So,
crazy on me. Like,
so
I
how
do
do
that.
you discern who to be cordial with and who deserves to be in your inner circle? How do you determine that?
I guess it's just, man, I just got to get to know the person.
Yeah.
Like, I got to know you. Yeah. And I don't care about what everybody else think about you. I don't care about how popular you are. I don't care about none of that stuff, man. So
Look
it's
at my
like,
wife back there, amen corner.
I really don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I mean, because if that was the case, man, I could do some corny stuff and be popular and cool with everybody.
Yeah, but it reminds me like it's the military because no matter where you were raised, no matter what your parents' situation is, no matter what your financial situation is, no matter what's your race, y'all putting on that same uniform.
Yep.
And it's like y'all are not when y'all out there together, y'all are not looked at as all these different people from these different places. Y'all are here to accomplish one goal, and every man is here to accomplish that one goal. So you're able to see people from that place, like, who can I rock with to carry out these missions? Whether they're whether they're project missions or life missions. Yeah. Because life itself is a mission. So it's
crazy.
like, I'm going to check out who's fit for me to do life with. Whether it's on a personal, professional level, I was like, I'm a check, and I can tell you ain't built right.
Nah, so to say this, that's funny.
You got flat feet. You can't be up here.
Hey.
You automatically disqualified.
Yeah, you can't. Nah, I can't rock with you.
Yo, that's hilarious.
But you put it's exactly like that for me. So, because it's like. Because you can have mentors and all this. Because I get military people to ask me, oh, you got a mentor in the military? So my mentor in the military is probably one of my closest friends. Yeah. And he just so happens to be in the military. He's like a brother to me. But you know why he's my mentor? Because he know me and I know him. So if he says something to me, then I know it's coming from a place.
Yes, sir.
Of, all right, this is what's going on. I know this is going to get to Ant, but I know it's coming from a good place.
Yes.
So it's the same with music, or it's the same with spirituality. So Maurice Yancey is one of my spiritual mentors. Because not because I'm so spiritual or because I'm so godly and all this. He's still working on me, you guys.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, tell the truth, Ant.
Maurice Yancey knows me.
Yeah.
Like he knows Ant.
Yes.
So he doesn't have to preach to me every day.
Ooh.
He can come to me just to have a regular conversation and say, hey, bro, I think this. And talk to me in a language that I'm going to hear.
Yeah.
And you try to figure, and the way I live life is to try to figure out those people that can do that for me. Like in that aspect of it. And those people are going to have your best interests at heart forever.
Gosh.
And they're going to get the same from me. And that's just how I am. So I don't care about the being popular and being all this. I don't care about all that. That means nothing to me, for real.
I don't either. Like the longer you live, the
that's
more.
That's why I respect you though, because bro, you one of the dopest.
Thank you, bro.
I tell dudes all the time, you one of the dopest. This is one of the dopest producers, musician, whatever you want to say, bro. Like,
yo, I appreciate that.
I called this guy one time, y'all. I'm gonna shot my boy out tomorrow. You know, this was last minute. My aux player fell out of the gig. I said, and listen to me. VJ is my guy.
Yes.
If I bring in a keyboard player, he has to give the okay.
Yeah.
So I called VJ and I said, hey, such can't make it. Matter of fact, it was Trail.
Okay.
Trail couldn't make it. Man, I'm going to just get Jamal. Man, who is Jamal? Trust me, he cool. Mm-hmm. Bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, he good. He cool. Man, I don't know, bro. We could just go at it by ourselves. Just pump them joints in the track.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm telling you, he good. He gonna be straight. He ain't even rehearsed. I don't care. He good. Yo, we get to the gig. They meet. All right, cool. We go by our way. Hit the stage. 35 minutes later, after we done, outro, last note of the outro. Hey, yo, we can rock with him from now on. Hey, whenever we, yo, he was cool, man. Make sure you lock him in.
Yo, that's what I mean.
And it's crazy that people don't, like, some cats I see coming, they don't understand.
My mind, my heart, and my soul is,
Say that again.
That's fire.
My mind, my heart, and my soul is,
My mind, my heart, and my soul is.
Go up one more.
Is.
Yes.
Is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let me get it, Jesus.
Yeah, you got it.
Help me, Holy Ghost.
Oh, yeah, that's dope, though, because it's another note that hasn't been sang yet.
Yeah.
My mind, my heart, and my soul is. Yeah.
You are incredible.
Lord, help me.
You, man.
Oh, this is
My
crazy.
mind, my heart, and my soul is. Yeah.
She's amazing.
Dang.
She's amazing.
Thank you.
Y'all are some legends, man. Didn't Tank,
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah.
Pooh, I was having this conversation with Pooh a week ago.
Yeah.
I said, bro, do you understand you a legend? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
for anybody in the quartet community, like, these guys are legends, man. Like,
Yo, that's
if you
crazy.
really know.
That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy.
Doc McKenzie's coldest band.
Oh!
I just named 4 of them.
Whoa!
God rest my man's name.
Jason
Yeah,
Britt.
God rest his soul. That
yes,
was
Lord.
the coldest
Yes, Lord.
band on the
Hey,
circuit.
wait, was it last night? Y'all, whenever y'all see this, it ain't the nights we referring to. Sorry.
Yeah.
But the other day, I was talking to Tank. I had Tank on the live, and he was telling his story about how he got on, how Jason quit, how I got on him and stuff like that. It was last night. It wasn't last night to y'all. Sorry, but we just in here vibing. And that's what I was telling Tank. Like, the older I get, the more I realize the real impact and influence. And it's like, I want to do good with it, bro.
Yeah.
And you asked me, like, what made me go this route with, like, the podcast and the live. And that's really what it is. Like, how you feel because of what you want, because of what you know about us. I wanted to figure out a way to scale that. By scale, I mean, I want people to experience that from us on the biggest platform possible in a way that is not the norm. Because we've had access to what we've done all our lives. So then you get to the place as a man where you say, okay, God, I see your hand in my life. I see what you've called me to do. And I see how it has impacted the quartet community. But I also see the giftings you've gave me. So how do I crank that up?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm finna go, everybody going left, I'm finna go right. And just crank it up. So that people can see the influence to want to learn about us. That's why I got you on here, because like, people learning about us, people knowing our stories, there's somebody out there right now, I'm going to just claim it to be so, who's an amazing musician, 15, 16, 17 years old, who's not sure if he should go to the military because he doesn't know if he has to give up.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the whole point of this. So now they look at Ant and they say, oh, if Ant did it, I could do it.
Yep.
So then they go enlist and they good.
Yeah.
That's the vibes.
That is.
That's what it's for, bro.
And I'm going to tell you, I don't know what to say this either. I have traveled all over. And I've done it. Like, and I hate saying stuff like this because everybody, I'm not the bragging type. Not you know what I'm saying? That's not my thing. But when I'm saying this to your point of somebody thinking they can't do both, I have been blessed to do both. Have I missed out on bigger opportunities? Yes. But I have been blessed to do both and all over the country on big circuits. Smooth jazz, blues, gospel. Yes. All of it. While being active duty military. Yes. It takes a lot of leave though. I use up a lot of my leave. But, but you can do it. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely do it. So
yes.
But a lot of stuff I don't really talk about because, you know, just let people wonder.
Yeah. but here's the thing. That mystery is something. Because and the reason why is because sometimes depending on the season you're in your life and depending on the people who is paying attention to you, like people can use your truth as a weapon against you, which makes you reserved to tell your truth. Mm-hmm. So like you may want to be honest about certain things to help somebody, but then you may have like a group of people over here that take that and then try to weaponize it.
Yeah, exactly. Like me saying, "Oh, I've been doing it all over the country for this amount of years." Oh, he arrogant. Who do you think he is? Yeah. And that's definitely not what I'm saying. Right. I'm saying it to the guy, like you just said,
bro,
that's thinking about going in the military. You can still do it. It just take extra work. And lots of no sleep nights.
Yo, so you done lost some sleep.
What?
Do you feel it's been worth it?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
What makes it worth it,
because I'm at the end now. And I can still keep going with my music. And it's like the footprints I've put, even the free sessions I've done or the gigs where I took $50 just to go and, you know what I'm saying, it's paid off for now. So now, you know, I'm comfortable. I'm getting what I want. I don't do what I don't want to do. And
Bae, because he just spit strategy. And you just spit strategy. You take the military, a secure career path, which allows you to take what people would consider L's in music because of your financial stability.
Yep.
So the financial stability in the military gives you the freedom to take less money.
Yeah, and put it in that.
But it builds more leverage. Yep. So by the time you're done with the military, you've been able to cultivate and curate relationships by taking less money or doing this for free.
Amazing relationships.
Exactly. So now when the military over, you can cash in, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because at this point, you've built up so much equity.
And the thing, man, I want people to understand, I'm 38 years old, right?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to retire here in a year. Change. So
go,
the thing is, people don't understand, is being 38 and about to retire, I'm still playing the green card when I go into these studios with major engineers, people that know this way better than me.
Yes.
I'm still green.
Yes,
I'm going in there. I don't know anything, man. When I came in yours, what I said, man, what is this? This is nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still trying to learn so I could build my studio.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's, you know, I'm just trying to improve mine, but I just hate when people don't have you can't be humble enough to just sit back and be like, I don't know this. Teach me this. Like, and that's, you know, like, I'm like, bruh, I have been doing music, but I have not been able to give it the attention.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Because at 4:30 sometimes I don't feel like doing nothing that have anything to do with music.
Yeah.
So I have that option to go lay on my couch and not do nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or do homework. You know? But you know, those nights that I don't, I'm in the studio working. But what I'm saying is it's okay to be green. It's okay to not know. It's okay to just be like, you know what, I'm going to go in here to learn this. Yeah. You know, I'm about to take an opportunity right now. I didn't even care about the money, bro. I ain't really going to put it out there. I'll talk to you offline. But the opportunity I'm about to take now is more so for me to learn how to build into my business.
Yes, Lord.
So I'm going to take this opportunity for whatever pennies they give me, which is fine. It's cool. It's not about the bread. It's about the experience. You can't pay.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
You can do something. Like I heard a guy say, He did a free TED Talk that generated millions of dollars because of the speaking engagements he was booked for because of the TED Talk. Sometimes the free thing is the gateway to the money.
Man, listen.
And sometimes you can forfeit big opportunity for the way you handle business on the front end for something that like don't take all that.
Nope.
So you go in a situation, you do it for little or nothing. But then the knowledge you gain,
that's worth more than what you would have made to get.
golly!
And that's what I'm saying. It's okay. You're hearing this from a guy that's 38 years old.
Talk. And
Been doing music since I was 5, whether it be playing drums or whatever you may want to call it. Been in the military 19 plus years, about to retire. Yes. It is okay to go into a situation and not know what you're doing. It is fine to go learn. I'm serious. You're not gonna, actually you'll look better going in that situation, putting your chest back in your shirt and saying, hey, teach me this, man. Let me learn how to do this from you. Let me sit right here and watch this. I guarantee you, if I ever want to do podcasts, I'm going to call Jamal and be like, hey, yo, can I come watch y'all run y'all joint? Can I? I'll drive this hour and some change and go, check it out. But
yeah, boy.
It's nothing wrong with doing that. People need to understand that. It's nothing wrong. Everybody can't be. Let me shut up.
Say it, please. Go. Do not stop.
Everybody can't do everything just because you have the capability or to push a button and do it. I'm just saying, like, you have to learn this stuff, man. It's disrespectful to the people before you that actually have put in the work and know this stuff to just, it really is. To me, that's my personal opinion. It really is. It's like, I go back to him, Ray Braswell.
Yeah,
like,
that's the OG.
Man.
He put us all on.
Nobody will ever disrespect Ray Braswell in my presence.
Bro!
I
I'm ready
guarantee
to
that.
fight right now.
Because that dude has done so much for gospel, quartet gospel, whatever you want to call it. He has. And it's like, and he taught a lot of people, so you can feel what you want to feel, but you got to respect that. You can't go, you go in the room. I go in the room with Ray, and I've been blessed to do a lot of stuff. I thank God I'm blessed, whatever, production-wise, whatever. But if I go in the room with Ray, I'm the little guy. Immediately.
Bro.
He's the OG. Bro. You got to have to understand that. Like, people, I guess that's another part you asked what I get from the military. Yes. It's rank structure. He's the kingpin. I mean, he's the OG. My bad. No, not kingpin. I didn't say that.
Say the sergeant.
Edit that.
Yeah, say the sergeant.
He the chief.
He the chief.
How about
There
that?
you go. Use military term, please.
He the chief, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing wrong with going in a room and bringing yourself down. It's taking a step back and just, I think if more people understood that.
And bro, to stick on that for a second, I've said the same thing. Like, yo, wait a minute, bro. You can think what you want to think. You can feel what you want to feel. You can disagree with how somebody does a thing. Mm-hmm. Maybe you've learned something that makes you think about it different. Mm-hmm. But you got to respect the work people have put in. And if they put you on, like I do what I do now. I'm going to shout out Ray forever. Forever. I don't care what I do, how far I go, what I produce, what rooms I'm in. Mm-hmm. I know how I got here.
Yep.
And even if I wouldn't do things today like he does things, that doesn't take away.
That doesn't take away from what first of all, he put us in the building and let us have access to whatever we wanted to touch. Yeah, go ahead. Touch the computer. Hit that button for me. Make that click track. Go play them drums and let me see what they sound like. Yeah, he put us in the room. Yes. And what was the address to that spot? He got the nice spot now. The other spot was nice too. This spot,
but
is just over. I'm talking about the spot. Yo, that's what, you know what I mean? Like, we had access, man. Like that. And he every time y'all call, hey, Ray, bro, big bro, can I come in? Yeah, come on, bro. I'm over here. Don't care who he had in there.
Yes. That is so him.
This is how I met all these the quartet, industry people. So them being in there, sending him, I know some serious relationships was built in there though. Honestly,
Yes.
Keith, my first
Yes.
interaction with Keith, Wonder Boy Johnson, God rest his soul,
Yes.
was in that room.
Same thing for me.
Spanky, Darrell, Bishop,
Yes.
all these guys that like I have grown up listening to and like, man, these are so dope. I met them through Ray Bradley.
Listen,
like,
and the fact that I'm like when Keith got that deal, I think it was Verity. He got when he got the solo deal, right? Ray and my uncle Tyrone fought.
that's how I met Tyrone.
Yes,
Yeah.
they fought for me. Like, yo, Keith, he 13, but I'm telling you,
Cold.
we need him. We need him, and you got to pay him like a man because he about to come here and do a man's job. Like they advocated for me, like, and that was good money too, bro.
Yeah,
low key.
Keith was eating.
Right. But the truth of the matter is, to your point, like, they put us on, man. And it's like,
I know
we owe them that respect, huh?
Yeah, we getting up. But I just want to tie it back into what I'm saying. It's like, it's not nothing wrong.
Yes.
With paying respect and being the little guy in the room. Or not knowing something, man. Like, it's really not, bro. Like, I just hate that, that gets that gets
Why
lost.
do you think it gets lost?
I don't know. I really don't, man. I just think I'm big on respect, so it's a respect thing to me. And I think.
Do you think people can?
I think competition makes you disrespectful.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. And
people can get to the place where they get so good, they get good enough to feel like it's okay to be disrespectful. It's like I've earned the stripes to like flex.
I'm super popular. Everybody know me. Now I can do this.
Oh my God, no.
Nah, man.
That's not the wave, man. Because to be honest, man, some of the dopest, most successful people I've ever met, they don't act like that.
And you barely even hear their name. Honestly. Like that's why I take pride in not being, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine. I don't y'all, but like that is the key.
I've seen people like, I'm like, wow. Because what'll happen is you'll meet people, me and my wife have, like, with Grammy Awards under their belt.
Mm-hmm.
And they cool. And then you take somebody who at a local church producing artists from 2 miles up the street and they acting wild. I'm like, this person got a Grammy. They not acting nothing like that.
You can't even get in the room with them. Oh, man. Hey, man, I got it.
Yo, chill, man. Chill, man.
Yeah. That's
chill.
crazy.
You got anything? Because this is amazing.
That's crazy.
We got Anthony. Huh? Oh, we cannot leave without that.
Oh, nah. Definitely got to shout out Pops.
That's your guy. My wife loves
For
Robert,
real?
yo. Man, listen.
Word.
Let me tell y'all about. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all my Robert story,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna let Ann talk about him. So when I first started playing with Doc, I was playing with Tank and them.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, we're gonna let the motorcycle go by. All right. So when I first started playing with Doc, I was playing with Tank.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm 16, 17. I do not have a car. I do not have a license.
Yeah.
I'm riding with Tank and them. So then they stopped playing, and Daryl is like, hey, man, are you cool to keep playing? I'm like, yeah. In my mind, I'm like, but how am I going to get there? bro, 5:30 in the morning, Thursday morning, like clockwork. That black car pulling up to the crib, boy.
Yeah, he ain't play about that road.
Boy, I'm talking about. We used to stop at the truck stop on in Kenley. Yo, we out of here. Yo, and I couldn't drive, bro. He drove all the way to something. We just riding. Half the time I was asleep, like. But he was looking out for me, dog. I come home with him. He take me to the crib. Wee hours of the morning, he go home.
Yeah.
Every weekend, he picking me up. I'm talking about, it was crazy. And I remember him like, watching him get sick scared the living crap out of me. And I was like, yo, this is not happening.
Yeah.
Because I'm spending so much time with him, bro. And I'm like, this is wild. But what was it like? You told me about the relationships, but what was it like having him? And then what was it like losing him?
Man, yeah, I'm trying to chill now. But, you know what I'm saying? But and my pops was that was me and my brother say this all the time, and that was our dog.
Yeah.
He was our father, he was our dad, you know, but that was you know how cool my dad was. You know what I mean? So imagine being at the crib with him. You know what I'm saying? Like when it ain't no music around and no nothing around, we just talking or sports or whatever, you know. That was just my dad taught me how to be a dad. I mean, nobody's perfect, you know what I'm saying? But he taught me how to be present and be there for your kids, you know what I'm saying? And you could do it while doing what you love to do at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So one thing is, you know, that joint still hurt now. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we had a routine of when I went in the military. He was so, like I said, that was the first time I seen him cry, right? Because I thought, you know, he don't care. You know what I mean? I'm leaving. He'll be all right. You know what I mean? Broke down. I got stationed in Sumter. That was like one of the most happiest moments of his life. Because every time he came through Sumter, he came to pick me up.
Yeah. My
son coming with me. He had a rehearsal with Mr. Bill Pinkney, or, you know, I'm going to have my son with me. And then right at that time, he was going with Doc. So I was going to the, you know, that's how I met you guys. So it was like, you know what I mean? But he always had me involved. He was so proud, man. Like, a lot of cats would tell me, boy, I know you just because of how much your dad talk about. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
He was so proud of me and my brother and all my sisters, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, man, he was just a proud father, dog. Like, and he taught us how to be that. You know what I'm saying? So when it come to my daughter, I'm the same way. I don't care what she doing. I'm bragging about it. Boom, boom. I brag about her more than I brag about anything. And it's like, I got that from him and my mom, you know. But my dad, he was just like, man, he was no nonsense, though.
Yeah.
You know, and he did not play around with us. He was no nonsense. So I don't get that twisted. But that was our guy, man. And it just hurt bad to lose him. Yeah. You know, and it was like bittersweet because I didn't want to see him suffer no more. Cause
that sucked, Ant.
Yeah, I mean, it was bad the last. I don't. A few people know this story. So I was in Korea, his last year, like. On Earth, man, and this joint always messed me up. But my mom tell me, and you know, my dad hung on till I got back, bro. No lie, like I don't really like talk about it because I was in Korea for the whole year, and as soon as I got back, he passed away. And it just like, and he just would not like he hung on from, and then when he passed. He hung on to get back to North Carolina. So my kids got to be here. That was his last words to his, you know what I'm saying, his wife at the time. And so he fought while I was in Korea, made it back. He got sick in Florida on stage with Doc. Would not let anybody take him to the hospital. So he got back to North Carolina. And that was it. And then, you know, all his kids was there, though. Yeah. And that's what he wanted. So it was tough, man. That's tough.
Yes. So when you lost him, did it make you love music more? Did it make you want to stop doing music? What was your relationship with music once your dad passed away?
It kind of drove me more because I was like right there at the production, like trying to get into the production phase. You know what I'm saying? And he even was putting me in spaces to the pearly gates. Yeah. When I think Ray Harlem, he was starting them up, or they was already circulating, but he put me in the space to. He was managing them at the time, and he was like, "Let my son do it." And they all knew who I was, but no, they didn't know I was doing that. Yeah. And it was terrible. Yeah. I mean, what I produced was terrible. Yeah. But he put me in that spot to do it. So when he passed, I was like, man, I gotta do something, man. My dad got so much music that don't nobody know about. All they knowing from is Doc.
Yeah.
So when I did that, the little CD, to I got a few people to help me do his like a little tribute to him. That was my first taste of, all right, you can do a little something, you can produce. And again, Ray walked me through the whole process. Yeah. So I don't care what nobody, Ray walked me through the whole process. Yeah. And that was my first taste of it. So when that came out, and then the support I got from people that like I said, it's not about the popularity or none of that. It's about, it was the love. Like, all right, cool, this is good music, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is your dad's music. So that made me like, all right, you could do this, So then I went harder with the production, and then I just came, and then like, I just started doing local stuff. I started doing people here and there. I started doing like the smooth jazz stuff. It started ticking. And then I got on some blues records, and then Yancey came along, and then Ray sent me an original file. I don't know if you heard the song I did on my dad.
In spite of?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ray sent me the original files of his voice. Man.
I know that took you out.
Took me out for 2 days. And I said, man, how I'm going to do this? And it took me like 6 months to do it, but because every time I kept hearing it, it would stop me. I would freeze up, and it would just be like, but man, after that, so him passing gave me the juice, and then like to want to do it, and then being able to, because I always got mad at myself, like, bro, you didn't even get to do nothing with your dad. And then when Ray sent me them files, that just took me out. That was like, all right, Ed, now you could do this with everybody, man. Yeah. Like, you got to believe in yourself now, because if you could create this for your pops, you could do it.
Y'all go listen to In Spite of Robert Holland. Which, is it easy to find that version?
Yeah, it's on Spotify.
Okay, it's crazy. Yeah. Of course I heard it. It's amazing. Yeah. So y'all go check that out. What's the other projects you've worked on so far?
So I got numerous Lacey stuff. I got numerous blues artists.
So name some of the Lacey songs so they can go listen to them. At least 2.
I can't even think of the name, bro.
We're gonna figure.
You got Lacy Groove. You got Move Something. You got
let's go.
Stuff. Yeah. You got man, I gotta sit and look.
You gonna sit and text it to us, and we're gonna make sure. And then like Yancey, you did. What's the album called?
Cinnamons in My Heart.
And then you did the single, right?
Yeah, in the house, and then we got a new single coming out.
Gang, be on the lookout for that. That's about to be crazy.
Yeah. Also doing some smooth jazz stuff. Willie Bradley, check him out. George Freeman, check him out.
Let's go.
Reggie Cargington coming soon.
Yes.
Yeah, but trying to do a little
I'm
bit
proud of you,
man.
dog.
I'm trying, man. I'm proud of y'all.
Thank you, man. I'm happy you telling your story, because people see us, bro, but people don't really know. Then like we're never in the spaces where we can really have these conversations. So without this, people will never know. So I appreciate you coming. 1, I appreciate you 2 being willing to tell your story, bro.
Oh, absolutely, man.
So
I appreciate you having me.
Hey,
bro.
dog.
I'm honored, dog. For real. Word is mine.
So it's been real.
Yeah, sure.
Anthony Roberts in the building. We call him Ant. Thank you so much, y'all. We out.
Peace. All right.